Okay, this is going to be a quick video about NAG screens in MAME and what a psychopath Haze is. So I'm just going to destroy Haze for a bit and talk about what's going on with the NAG screens and try to communicate how humans, not robots, like actual normal people actually use these programs. So first, let's read what Haze said about NAG screens. He says, the people producing builds that remove NAG screens are causing harm rather than doing good, as the warnings convey important information about what people should expect when launching a given system. Even just calling them NAG screens is intentionally disingenuous and reflects the snake oil peddling scammy nature of those pushing said builds. We did compromise and offer the option to hide the non-critical ones after the first time in the hope that these morons would stop distributing such harmful builds, but they're doing it for the attention and likely ad revenue as much as anything else. Okay, so the reality is people aren't making any money off of no NAG build to MAME, and the reality is there's nothing disingenuous about expressing an honest opinion. If somebody calls something a NAG screen, it's because it fucking nagged them, asshole. Do you fucking get it now? Like, that is their opinion. That is how they feel about this program. So you can pretend that it's some kind of insult and take some kind of phony hypocritical high ground and pretend that just calling it a NAG screen is being disingenuous. No, actually, it's not disingenuous at all. It nags people, so it's a fucking NAG screen. It's that simple. I mean, it's like this would be the equivalent of like an MMO developer coming out and saying, even calling our enemies in Dungeons and Rage, trash mobs, is intentionally disingenuous and reflects snake oil, because they're not trash at all. Like, we put a lot of effort into making these enemies. No, actually, the people that play your game realize that you don't get any reward really for killing these things, and it's filler to waste your time. So they're called fucking trash mobs. So basically, it's the same thing with this. Your audience who actually uses the program feels this way about it. That's their opinion, and you can't take it away from them. And you're a fucking cocksucker for telling people what they can and can't feel about something. They're NAG screens. The public has spoken. Humans have spoken. Deal with it, cocksucker. They're fucking NAG screens, and they're always going to be NAG screens, and they're never going to be called anything else, because that's what they fucking do. They nag people. Do you fucking get it now, you schizophrenic fucking weirdo? Okay, now, here's what I also find fucking hilarious. But they're doing it for the attention and likely ad revenue as much as anything else. Okay, so this is coming from a piece of shit who actually streams for money, puts up monetized YouTube fucking videos, actually bought a fucking webcam and streams this shit. And here's what's even more funny. This piece of shit actually tried to make money off of Twitch and YouTube, but because in the grand scheme of things, nobody really gives a shit about old games, he didn't really make any money off of it, so he kind of like gave it up and only does it occasionally now. But basically, this just shows you the mentality of these fucking weirdos. I mean, they're just walking fucking hypocrisy. I mean, and also, just kind of bear in mind that this is all within the context of somebody who pirated literally thousands of fucking games illegally and emulated them, and at the same time is trying to take moral high grounds about anything. You have no moral high ground anywhere. You're literally trying to fucking monetize shit that you fucking pirated. Are you fucking kidding me, you piece of fucking shit? Like, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking idiot. Goddamn cocksucker. I mean, look at this fucking cocksuck his shitty monetized YouTube channel. And look at this shit. Follow me here on Twitch and on Twitter. I mean, he's just another one. He's just another fucking scumbag. He's just like all the rest. Yeah, by the way, Haze, my channel isn't monetized. I don't monetize videos. I'm as pure as the fucking driven snow over here. Can you say the same thing? No, you can't. Because you're a fucking Eurotrash scumbag hypocrite. Fuck you. Moving on. Look at this other comment he made. Basically, he goes on about how no nag builds, mess things up and, like broke the, saves and high scores and shit in games and, complain about shit that isn't working. And then look at this doozy here. The no-nag builds are toxic, broken builds from toxic, narcissistic people. This is coming from the fuck... Okay, so, let's talk about this for a little bit. So who's narcissistic? The dude with the fucking webcam who's constantly flapping his fucking jaws, in a pathetic attempt to make money that fails. Or the random anonymous people out there that upload no-nag builds. I wonder what the answer is, you fucking piece of shit. And here's what I find like really fucking hilarious. And this is fucking tickles me, okay? I bet that even though they say that they get all these false reports because people remove the nag screens and report problems with games that are broken, I fucking bet that there are actually more forum posts, more Reddit posts, more questions submitted about removing the fucking nag screens than there are actually false positive reports. That's what really fucking tickles me pink, dude. It's fucking hilarious. Dude, that is what actually... Look, every fucking couple of days, there's a post about it somewhere. How do I get rid of these fucking shitty nag screens? Why are these dumb screens popping up? And I'm also kind of reminded of an interesting anecdote with a game developer. Basically, they used to have this system in place where if a texture was broken in their game, they would just color it white. And it turns out that just because of the way everything kind of blends together in people's eye and just kind of how people interpret scenes visually, they didn't actually notice all of the missing textures because sometimes the white texture just blended in, and so shit just didn't get fixed. And so what the solution was? Their solution was to actually make the default color this like really obnoxious, like almost purple color, and then you couldn't miss it. You couldn't miss the broken texture. Then miraculously, all of the broken textures just immediately got fixed, and it stopped being a big problem. See where I'm fucking going with this? Maybe if you're constantly getting fucking reports about broken shit, maybe that's the stuff you should be focusing on more. And maybe you wouldn't get so many of the same fucking reports if you actually fixed the fucking shit people cared about, you dumb fucking cocksucker. Maybe if Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, like one of the few fucking games relative to all the games in MAME, that people actually play was fixed, you wouldn't be getting so many fucking bug reports. Maybe you shouldn't be working on Tickle Me Fucking Elmo. Maybe you should be working on fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, you dumb fucking cocksucker. Yeah, but nobody's gonna talk about fucking that, are they? And also, and so of course Quad Damage had to chime in here, being the fucking psychopath that he is. Look at this fucking shit. This is his justification for the fucking nag screens. They only show up every couple of weeks. It shows the warning the first time you run the game, but not on subsequent runs. I mean, so, and this is the funny thing. Like, if you look at the code for the nag screens, it's fucking... They actually put in logic there to check the date and make it show up at certain times. That's how psychotic these people are. They actually wrote code to make the nag screen show up every couple of weeks. I mean, this is psychotic. It's fucking psychotic. So So basically, let me tell you what narcissism is. Narcissism is being so self-absorbed and obsessed with your own demented ideas that you're willing to inflict annoying, irritating shit on other people for no fucking reason. And that's what the nag screens are. The nag screens are the very definition of narcissism. Look, it's basically just MAME saying, look at me, look at me. I know you just want to play a game and you really couldn't care less about which emulator you're running. No, but look at me. I'm so important. Look at my important nag screen. I have such important information. Fuck you. Fuck you. And here's you know, I'm just gonna keep dumping on this cocksucker because it's just so he's getting a little bit too uppity, and he really does need to be put in his place. So here's the thing about so-called official builds of MAME. All these cocksuckers will tell you, use an official build of MAME. Don't use RetroArch. Don't use anything. No. Our builds are sacred. Our builds are holy. Use official builds of MAME. Here's the funny fucking thing. Every goddamn version of fucking MAME that comes out is broken. Every official build. They always have some horrible fucking regression in them. Every single fucking version. And just as an example of this, MAME 258, Super Hang-On's fucking broken. Will immediately, crash to desktop. GLOC's broken. Strike Fighters, broken. All fucking crash to desktop. Just completely fucking obliterated. And yet, for some reason, they're okay with getting, endless bug reports about those, even after they've already fixed the problem, and they're all just going to be redundant, bug reports. Or somebody could have just, got the fix for them and made another build of MAME and put it up there, and it's like, okay, we already solved the problem. Let's fucking move on. But no. So I mean, I'll put it this way. Every single release of MAME pretty much works like this. They put out a new version, they horribly fucking break something, and then within a week or like a week and a half to 2 weeks, they'll fix the problems. And then if you actually build from the latest, code, you could probably get a semi-stable version. But then sometime in between there and the next version, they'll make some other huge, pointless code change that breaks everything again, just in time for the next version to be broken. I mean, literally every single official release of MAME is broken. You literally never want to use official builds. There's always broken shit in them, every single fucking time. So don't tell us about how important it is to use official builds of MAME. And speaking of that, if you look at the description on this video, I actually put up a newer build of MAME that does fix GLOC, Strike Fighters, and Super Hang-On. So unlike the official build, those 3 games actually work. So yeah, good job, vanilla build of MAME. Really fucking useful. And then moving on here. The other thing that just makes me laugh, they'll say shit like, if you use these no-nag builds, all kinds of shit will be broken, and and they're often old versions of MAME, and we've made so many improvements since then, and you have to play games the best possible way, using all of our latest changes, yada yada. Yeah, okay, so this is what I find fucking hilarious. So they're basically making a contradictory argument. On the one hand, they're saying quality is important. Every pixel of the game must be correct. You have to be using the latest, most accurate version of everything, or you're not going to get the best experience. And so that's appealing to people that want to have the best possible experience, right? Yet at the same time, they're saying there's nothing wrong with getting a hideous, horrific nag screen and having to press extra buttons every time you start a fucking different game. Do you see the fucking conflict there? Do you see the contradiction? If somebody is that anal retentive and wants the best possible experience, they're not going to tolerate fucking nag screens. Do you get it, you fucking robot? Do you fucking savvy now? Do you finally fucking understand? Anybody who cares about quality cares about the quality of the entire experience. Including the experience of launching the fucking game and not looking at ugly ass, nag screens. And really, like, I mean, let's get really anal retentive here too. So, what do these nag screens say? There are known problems with this system. Imperfectly emulated features, graphics. You know, last time I fucking checked, virtually nothing in MAME is perfectly emulated. You could apply this fucking shit to every driver in the goddamn program. So what does it really tell you? I mean, really, like, there's literally a problem in every single driver. Nothing's perfect. So what the fuck does this even tell you? What's the point of this? Really, like I said, these nag screens are the narcissism. These nag screens are just their pathetic little attempt to just weasel their way in and say, you know what, I'm important. I'm part of this. You know, it isn't just the games. But let me give you a little reality check, Haze. Nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody cares about you. You'll never make a game that anybody actually wants to play. Your only value is in emulating games other people made. You're a middleman. You yourself have no value. Nobody gives a shit about you. That might be a hard pill for a fucking, you know, ego case scumbag like you to swallow, but that's the fucking truth. People don't care about you. They're using you as a means to an end. Do you fucking savvy now? That's the hard truth. Deal with it. Just fucking deal with it. That's how it is. And so I'm going to close on this and, just point out, don't you think it's fucking fascinating that there can be so many goddamn emulators that have better bug reporting, better responses to bugs, more stable releases that don't have nag screens? Why doesn't Dolphin need a nag screen? There are a lot of games that don't work perfectly in Dolphin. Why doesn't it need a nag screen? And why does it have an overall better process, you know, for submitting bugs and getting bugs fixed? Why is that? Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting how MAME is somehow the exception, the singular, unique snowflake in all of this? Isn't that kind of interesting? Why doesn't why are all these PlayStation and PlayStation 3 and other emulator, why don't they need nag screens? It's kind of interesting, isn't it? I wonder what's different about MAME. Oh, I know. It's the fucking ego case people working on it. It's the fucking psychopaths working on it. Fucking joke. No red-blooded fucking human is gonna tolerate nag screens. That's just the bottom line. Like, it's 2023. We don't have to live with this. We don't have to fucking live with it. And really, like, this is the last thing I'll say directly to Haze. Nobody is going to use your shitty vanilla builds because if we really just want to simplify things, there are basically two types of users. There's the Raspberry Pi cocksuck who couldn't care less about quality. And they're going to use a version of MAME that's older than Haze himself, and not care that games have little bugs, and it runs on their 5-cent Raspberry Pi, and that's going to be one group of people. And then the other group of people are going to be people who care about quality so much that they're not going to tolerate nag screens. So nobody is going to use your shitty vanilla builds. They're builds for nobody. Like vanilla MAME compiles are arcade one-up compiles. That's what they are. They're compiles for nobody. They're too crazy for Boys Town, too much of a boy for Crazy Town. They're right in between. They're for nobody. So in any case, I'm going to continue to make no nag builds of MAME, and really, like, I'll just end with this too. These fuckers are blaming people for working around the problem. So here's an example. Look at this the second paragraph here. The no-nag builds are often broken because the people making them aren't programmers at all. They come with a whole host of other issues, as we've often seen, due to undisclosed hacks and incorrect build chains, incorrect packaging, blah, blah. So he's basically saying that these no-nag builds are broken because the people producing them don't know what they're doing. But look, here's the truth. Ultimately, the developers are responsible for these builds because they are knowingly and intentionally putting shit in the program that doesn't need to be in there, that's irritating and inconveniencing people. This would be a complete non-issue if they would just remove the fucking nag screens themselves. And then people wouldn't have to do hacks. And then people who weren't programmers wouldn't have to go fiddle around copying and pasting, shit into, C++ files. You fucking get it now, you dumb cocksucker? You created this fucking problem. You created it. Nobody wants to compile MAME. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to do this. They're just doing it because you created this shitty situation, and people are forced into working around it. And yes, I'm saying this isn't even a matter of choice. It's not fucking acceptable. Like we're never going to accept these fucking nag screens. It isn't like it's not optional. They're gone. It's over. Just deal with it. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, so Haze, you better fucking get those surround sound changes I told you about in, you fucking little cocksucker.